Plaintiff Candace Robinson says the defendant is her father, and at a young age she was told that he was a crackhead. Candace claims she never believed it until he finally admitted that he was a functioning addict. Candace is suing her father today for breach of contract. Defendant Terry DeBerry Sr. admits that he was a drug addict and an alcoholic for over 37 years. But today, he's 11 years clean and sober. Terry denies owing Candace for anything.
Start with you.
This is my father. I love him to death. He is an amazing man, but I gotta be honest, it has not always been that way. Growing up, I used to always hear stories about my dad and that he was a crackhead. And me being the daddy's girl that I knew I was, you couldn't tell me that, because to me, a crackhead was Pookie off New Jack City.
How old were you when you started hearing that?
And this was 5, 6, 7. You know, I would hear the grown-ups talking. And like I said, when I saw my daddy, he looked good, smelled good, drove nice cars, dressed nice. So to me, my daddy was no crackhead. Mm-hmm. So I later found out from him that he was a functioning addict, which to me, he told me was the worst kind, because they are the type that can live a normal life but still abuse the drugs. Mm-hmm. So I longed for that father-daughter relationship. I craved it. I wanted it. You know, I would get angry when I saw the kids getting picked up from school by their dads, and my mom would be at work, so I would be outside playing by myself. I grew up as an only child with my mom, and my dad has 8 kids.
I don't want to hear it. You sound like you were going to exploit a stereotype that I hate reinforcing here. So I know you're going to tell me he has 8 children. That's what you said, 8. That's what you're about to tell me.
Yes, sir.
About to tell me 8 children he don't take care of. You're about to tell me 8 children from 8 different women, no doubt, or 2 women, or 6 women, 7 women. Does he have 8 children?
He has 8 children, but I can't contest to whether he take care of them or not.
You cannot?
No, sir.
And to your knowledge, how many mothers? Go ahead.
8 that we know of.
8 children, 8 different mothers. That's a lot of getting around, right? I'm saying even to visit or share some emotional attachment with 8 children from 8 different women who you have to arrange times, visiting times with, and take your time to go. 8. All right. Hear from you, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Terry, alcoholic, drug addict. Abused drugs, drugs abused me. Been used for over 37 years plus. I stand here before you today, 11 years clean and sober. I'm now today a father to my children. I can't change the past.
How old is your youngest child?
22.
How old is your oldest child?
39. Terry alcoholic, drug addict. Abused drugs, drugs abused me. Been used for over 37 years plus. I stand here before you today, 11 years clean and sober.
Plaintiff Candace Robinson is suing her father, who admits that he was addicted to drugs and alcohol for over 37 years.
How old are you?
36.
Go ahead, sir. You're about to tell me the drug addict story. I can't change the past. What I did in the past, all I can do is what's in its future. You can pay them people back in the past that you hurt. How many counseling sessions are you paying for some of the children that you abandoned? You helping them with their counseling?
No, all I can do is make amends to them, John.
That's how. If I'm sure they're affected by it. Have you offered counseling? Have you offered to pay? You act like I say, that's the drug addict story. I was a drug addict, that's why I did it. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all should forgive me. It was the drugs, it wasn't me. We'll forgive you when you make amends. One of the ways is you have 8 children by 8 different women. I promise you, haven't you heard what she said? She's affected.
Yes, sir.
So you got 7 others that you can help with the destruction you've done to them. You damaged 8 children. And so who cares about, how many years? Beautiful, that's nice. Now how about these kids you've damaged? What you doing about that? Give me that good news.
I'm currently
not good news about yourself. Give me that. How many in college?
2 of them that went to college, sir. None are in college.
2 out of the 8. How many went to skilled trades?
They all graduated out of high school, to my knowledge.
You didn't hear me? I said skilled trades, to your knowledge.
None of them,
See,
sir.
you said to his knowledge. And you're a changed man, and you said graduation to your knowledge. I mean, you're not in touch with all 8. Anything else you want to tell me, sir, other than this, forgive me, I was a drug addict. I'm sorry I destroyed y'all lives. I ain't got time to get around to it and help it no more, because I don't even know whether you graduated from high school. I'm not asking or looking whether you need counseling. I'm not seeing anything other than please forgive me. I'm sorry for what I did, how I destroyed your life. We know that story. All of you, I'm sure, who've been affected by drug addicts in your family, that's what you hear. I was on drugs when I did that. I want my TV. I need you to buy me a TV now that you're off drugs. Well, I was on drugs. Why don't you understand that? That's what drugs do to you. It causes you to steal from people. It causes you to abandon people. All of that, true. Horrible. Now that you're off, can you help those people you've destroyed? Can you repay those people that you cost money? Are you trying to? Are you even trying to look them up? Isn't that one of the main tenets of NA? I see you got your
Yes,
NA
sir.
thing,
Yes,
right?
sir.
That's the NA necklace,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I mean, it's solid gold. You're really doing it. So, she is probably less prepared for life than she could have been, less resources in life that she could have had, because you weren't there to have those resources. You weren't a provider for her. So, hey man, give it. Let's see how that go. You want to give it to her?
Sure.
Take it off. My man.
Thank you.
Now that's a real sign and demonstration of recovery. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that. All right. What are you suing for with the $400?
The deposit for my braces.
For your braces?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
I have, we were
You
on
a dentist too? Hey, man. I'm sorry, I'm coming down on him when he said he was a dentist.
He is not. We were on a little mini
He's
vacation.
not a dentist and
No,
you gave
he's
him
not.
money to do your teeth?
No, he promised to give me money for my teeth.
Oh, for somebody else to do
Yes.
it. Not for him.
No. No.
You know I'm having fun, right? Don't come over here if you don't want to get clowned on. Sitting there looking all mad like you worried. Yes, be worried. I'm coming back to you. And we gonna have some fun. So yes, be worried. Go ahead.
We were on a little getaway in Texas, and I was telling my dad about me wanting braces because I've always been, a little ashamed of my mouth, and I had the opportunity to get these braces, but I had to pay a deposit of $800. So my dad, he offered to pay half of it, just offer. He says the least that he can do because I never asked him for anything. He's never been there, so the least that he could do. And he said, well, it's gonna count for your birthday and your Christmas present for this year. So I was like, okay, cool. He said, you'll have it by your birthday. My birthday is June 10th. So then a few days later, half of the deposit is $400. The deposit was $800. He offered to pay half. So then a few days later, it went down to, okay, I'm not gonna give you half, I'm gonna give you $300. Then it went down to, I'm gonna give you $200. So then I sent him my account number so he could put the money in the account. And then June 10th came, which is my birthday, and I didn't get nothing. So that's why we're here.
Plaintiff Candace Robinson is suing her father, who admits that he was addicted to drugs and alcohol for over 37 years.
Sir? Give you a chance to talk. I know that I reminded you of some things that you may have not been mindful of. So hopefully you have a better response than you otherwise. That's right, baby. Put it on, baby. You look good, too. You look good. So let's see what you say about it.
Your Honor, I have no knowledge of this conversation about me to give her money for bracelets at all. I'm currently in her life now. I do the best I can with my grandchildren, which is her 2 daughters.
So you think she's making this up?
I have no idea, sir.
It's either you said it or she's making it up.
No, I did not.
And I watch your show, so I don't want to interrupt, but I got the text message because it was a friend of mine in the car.
Don't tell me you violated one of the primary tenets of recovery, and that is being dishonest. That means you're not in recovery. That means you're not recovering. When you lie about something with your daughter, too, about giving her something, and you haven't been in her life all this time. This is your friend, plaintiff. Where's it for your dad, though?
Oh, that's the one from my friend when I asked her, do she remember the conversation?
Oh, okay.
Between me, she was in the car with
You
us.
remember when we were in the car in Dallas and my dad offered to pay for half of braces? How are you? Sorry. Do you remember how much he offered to pay? I'm okay. I'm tired. Promise tomorrow and I'm running. So she don't want to be part of this. But then she did get to the question. I think you asked for $800, and he said half of that. And you don't remember ever even discussing it, let alone committing to it, right?
No, sir.
All right. I don't know what to tell you, sir. I don't believe that she made it up. I don't believe her friend made it up in effort to bring it to court to perpetrate a fraud. So I believe her, sir. I hope you just forgot and that you're not violating another one of the major tenets of recovery, and that is dishonesty. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I love you, Papa.
I'm sorry, truly sorry, Candace, for not being in your life. I can try to do better one day at a time. I love you. I hope you forgive me.
I do forgive you, Daddy. I love you so much, and this is like, I didn't want to do this. It was really just about you being of your word. I know you're not using drugs no more. I'm thankful for our second chance, and I love you, Daddy. I really do. I appreciate having you. I really do.
Plaintiff Tom Heil dated the defendant. But one day, out of the blue, she said she didn't want to have sex anymore, and she only wanted to be friends. Tom suspects an old fling came back into the defendant's life, and he's suing today for the value of a Jeep and tires. Defendant Joyce Picausski says Tom was extremely possessive, and the reason she stopped having sex with him was because the sex wasn't good. Joyce denies owing Tom for anything.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. We met through a mutual friend, and, we started dating. I respected her wishes. She didn't want to have sex right away, so I just respected her wishes. And then, like on our second date, we started having sex, getting along.
Well, how long after the first was the second?
About a couple weeks.
Okay.
And we were having a good time. Things were going great. And then we went to a fair in Indiana, and I bought her a few things at the fair and a few things at other places. And at that night after the fair, she came to she decided not to have a sexual relationship anymore, and she just wanted to be friends.
Why do you think that was? Did you ask, and what did she say?
Well, I didn't really ask, but I kind of had a feeling it might have been from an old boyfriend.
He came back, you believe?
In her life. And I says, well, I don't want to be just friends. And I says, I wish you would have told me this before I spent this money on you at the fair, because I wouldn't have never done it. And
what did you spend at the fair? $100?
Couple $100.
Okay.
So
after you spent your money that same day?
The same day.
Defendant Joyce Picausski admits that she had a sexual relationship with the plaintiff, but she claims she cut it off because the sex wasn't good.
Ma'am, why don't you give me some testimony on the relationship, if you like?
Yeah, we dated, did have sexual relations. Honestly, it wasn't that great.
How was she?
She was kind of wild. I thought she enjoyed it by bringing the word of God into the situation, like saying, "Oh God, oh God." And I thought it was pretty good there for a while.
She was praying, sir.
Yeah.
She was praying that it got better.
Yeah.
And it didn't, so she told you she's done. I'm messing with both of y'all. That was a good one. but you started it. Go ahead.
I did.
And then I ended it. I told you all when these personal insults come, I have to step in and end it. But go ahead. You all were involved with each other, and then what happened?
I happened to notice that he became very possessive of having to know where I was, what I was doing. If I didn't return his calls or texts, at a suitable time for him, he would get very upset with me, and
It's not true, Your Honor.
And
Oh, you thought she was cheating? Go ahead.
And want to know,
And that's the response of a person who thinks that.
why I didn't return his calls and this and that, and
Why didn't you?
Well, for example, there was one day I told him I had a doctor's appointment and had a busy day. During that day when I had went to the doctor, I had turned the volume off on my phone. And when I left the doctor's, it was in my purse. I didn't think about my phone. I just went to go do the errands I needed to do that day. And, when I got done, I went to his place and he jumped all over me because I hadn't returned any of my calls or texts to him that day, which I didn't even realize he had even called because the volume was off on my phone because I had been at the doctor's office that day.
Yeah. And that was the extent of the accusations? Anything about the relationship as it relates to him?
Well, I had left one day at my house, and when I came back home, I had been gone all day long, and I came back home, my neighbor had come up to me and said that he had been there and that he had been knocking on the windows of my house and was, like...
He had?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And she thought that was a bit bizarre, that, he just didn't knock on the door and leave because he didn't get an answer. He started knocking on the windows, like I was there, and I wasn't. I was at a friend's house all day. And she thought it was bizarre that he had just was knocking on the windows.
Ain't no bizarre. You should have told her he thinks I'm cheating on him.
He never accused me of it.
Go ahead. The value of a car and tires. Tell me.
There was one day she wanted to buy a Jeep, and her father was going to give her anywhere between $3,000 and $6,000 to purchase this Jeep. So I took her out that day to look at Jeeps. We looked at 4 to 5 Jeeps. Actually, we only found one that was nice enough for her father to approve. So she showed her father a bunch of Jeeps on the phone through the internet, and he didn't like them. They were too jacked up. And so this one that we looked at was the one that he would have approved on. So I tried to call her to let her know that the lady called me because she had 2 other people interested in the Jeep, and they were going camping for that weekend. And she never answered the phone, so I got a hold of my friend here, Jim, to take me to go get the Jeep because her father was going to give her $3,000 to $6,000.
So what happened, sir? You went and picked it up, and
we
then
went
what?
and picked it up. We brought it back, and she said that her father will give her the money on Father's Day, but her brother got in an argument with her father, so she didn't ask the father for the money. She said she'll go back and ask him later, and that's where it ended.
When was that?
That was in June.
Okay.
June of 19.
You sure you weren't mixing that up, sir? You were bragging about your performance. You sure you wasn't the daddy she was talking about?
I wasn't.
You didn't have her calling you daddy by the end? Maybe that's the daddy she was talking about.
She mentioned her father being worth over $5 million, and there was no problem in getting the money, and I would get paid for that money. And then we went to get the tires, and she applied for discount tire credit card that she got denied on, and they already had 2 tires off of her car.
Okay. Last conversation about getting your money, what has she said?
She said she was going to get it from her father.
When was that? That was
probably in July.
All right.
Defendant Joyce Picausski admits that she had a sexual relationship with the plaintiff, but she claims she cut it off because the sex wasn't good.
Ma'am, what do you want to say about this?
I never said no such thing. I said my dad was helping me in trying to find a vehicle for me, and when he brought that Jeep to my house, he knew I didn't have the money right then and there. And he told me, he says, don't worry about it.
Did you ask your father to help out with that Jeep?
No,
Why?
did not.
Why?
Like I said, that my dad, there was no such
because
thing as my dad helping me.
Because he could believe, as he does, that was the case, or he has reason to believe it was false pretense that you had him buy that. He probably,
no.
From what I just heard, ma'am, I wouldn't have purchased you a Jeep unless I believed that your father was helping. That is what would have closed the deal for me.
I never asked.
And you told him that.
I never asked him to buy that vehicle for me. He
never asked you to help with the vehicle?
Yes, she did, Your Honor. And
no, I did not.
That her father would give her anywhere between $3,000 and $6,000 towards that Jeep. And I do have a witness that heard her say that.
Come on up, sir. State your name.
James Shaw.
What'd you hear?
Well, I was at Tommy's house. He was working on the Jeep, putting the shocks on it that he didn't mention. And her and I had talked, and she said that she really appreciated Tommy getting her the Jeep and that she was going to do everything in her power to get the money back for her dad.
When was that? June, July, August?
Around July.
All right. Ma'am, do you remember talking with him about the Jeep at all? Never?
No, sir.
He's made that entire scenario up? All right. And
he was there when those shots were being put on the Jeep, but I never said anything along those lines to him.
Okay. You all never discussed the Jeep at all?
No.
You sat there and watched the Jeep being repaired, but you never even mentioned the Jeep. Not one time.
Oh, I was helping out by handing tools. I wasn't just sitting there.
No, you said you never even discussed the Jeep, ma'am. You act like the Jeep was
Well,
irrelevant
to him,
you all
I never
standing
discussed
there.
the Jeep
You act
to
like
him.
the Jeep was irrelevant to you all being there together. They're convincing me more than you are. And when there's not evidence to prove who's right or wrong, then I have to go with who I believe is more likely telling the truth. What do you have?
Your Honor, she also gave me...
Do you have any evidence?
She also gave me $50 towards the tires.
Let's see it. Ma'am, did you? Did you?
I don't remember.
It came from her maintenance check from her ex-husband.
Okay, you did, ma'am. Ma'am, you're not being honest today.
I've never
talked to him
about
your father agreed to help.
anything.
Why would he buy it if you didn't discuss your father helping? You admitted to discussing your father helping. You told him your father was going to help. Otherwise, I doubt if he would have purchased that car, as he says today. He shows me evidence where you did pay something toward it. $2,282 is your judgment. I believe you. Have a good day.